Ever had that feeling? You know, the knot in your stomach when your inbox is just overflowing, or you see the clock ticking down on a really tight deadline. For a lot of people, especially folks working in IT, that's not just a passing moment. It can feel like a constant shadow. Today, we're diving deep into that shadow. It's called workload anxiety. Now, the tech sector, it obviously exploded. It connects us, simplifies business in ways we barely imagined before. But all that rapid change, it's also made IT roles incredibly complex, really demanding. We're talking about, constant pressure, long hours, those tough deadlines, and always having to keep up with the next big thing. It's a challenging field. So our mission today is to really unpack what workload anxiety is, where does it actually come from, what's its impact, and maybe most importantly, what can companies actually do about it? We're basing this whole deep dive on an HR Cloud article, Workload Anxiety in IT. Understanding and Overcoming the Challenge, which was updated July 31, 2025. Think of this as your shortcut to understanding this really common challenge and finding some practical ways to build a healthier work environment. Okay, so let's start right there. What exactly is workload anxiety when we talk about it professionally?
Right. So according to the source material, it's basically this professional challenge that pops up when work responsibilities and demands just become excessive or overwhelming. And the signs are pretty clear, things like frequent, maybe even severe burnout, lower productivity, and you often see a drop in the quality of work too. What's interesting though is that while, sure, anyone can feel this, the article really singles out IT professionals as being particularly vulnerable. It kind of stems from IT being in this unique spot that the fixers, but also the innovators, always putting out fires and trying to build a future at the same time. That tension itself creates stress.
Yeah, and the article points to some really specific factors, making it such a glaring challenge, as they put. First off, technology is everywhere now, right? So IT teams have huge project volumes, often with incredibly tight deadlines. Second, the responsibilities themselves, think data management, security, they're complex, high-stakes stuff, inherently stressful. This often means long hours, which naturally messes with work-life balance. And then there's the sheer pace of change.
The need to constantly learn new tech. That adds a whole other layer of pressure. It's relentless.
That totally makes sense. But I wonder, does the article mention the other side of the coin? Like the satisfaction of solving a complex problem or building something cool. Does that counteract the anxiety at all? Or is it mostly just this negative pressure cooker situation? Because it feels like it's not just about the amount of work, is it? There's got to be more to it, like a psychological angle.
You're spot on. It's definitely not just about the task list. The source really emphasizes that workload anxiety is, and I'm quoting here, deeply rooted in the dynamics of the team and the environment. So feeling isolated or like you don't have support, that can massively amplify the stress, even if the workload itself isn't objectively impossible. The article uses this great analogy, actually. It says, consider how players collaborate in a digital game. Each player brings a unique strategy, yet they must work together, adapt, and communicate to achieve a common goal.
Ah, okay. Like an MMO raid or something.
Exactly. It maps perfectly to IT teams where you have all these diverse skills needing to sync up. And this is where things like employee recognition and a strong, supportive workplace culture become so critical. They build that collaboration, that psychological safety.
That game analogy really works. Okay, so let's follow that thread. If a company ignores this, if that crucial IT team feels overwhelmed or just unappreciated, what are the knock-on effects? What's the fallout?
Oh, the fallout can be huge. Ignoring this is, frankly, a costly mistake. It hits both the employees and the company hard. For the employees, you see burnout, disengagement, and the source mentions this creates a ripple effect across other departments. It's not contained. And for the organization, well, that means lower productivity, workflows get gummed up, projects face constant delays. It hits the bottom line. And there's another angle, too, the employer brand. If people see their colleagues struggling, feeling miserable, that creates this collective dissatisfaction. You get higher turnover, which is expensive, and it becomes way harder to attract good talent in the first place. Nobody wants to walk into a pressure cooker. The article is pretty explicit here. Things like good employee recognition programs, using staff recognition software, these can directly fight these problems and boost retention.
Okay, so we've looked at the problem, the roots, the impact. Now let's get to the solutions, the really practical stuff. Our deep dive found 7 clear strategies companies can use to tackle workload anxiety and build a workforce that's actually, thriving.
Yes, absolutely. And the first one might sound a bit basic, but its power is often underrated. Running employee rewards and recognition programs.
Yeah, I think we all kind of get that intuitively, right? People like being praised. It feels good. But in a super busy IT setting, How do you make sure recognition feels genuine, not just like ticking a box on some HR form? Does the article speak to that?
It does, yeah. Authenticity is key. These programs work as positive reinforcements. They validate the effort people are putting in, they motivate, and that validation can actually help people manage increased responsibilities without getting completely overwhelmed. It can buffer against burnout even when the workload is high. The article stresses making recognition personal, specific, and crucially, impact-oriented. Don't just say good job, say how their work helped the company grow or solve a problem. Oh, and on-the-spot recognition is huge, too. Quick, timely praise keeps morale up.
So it's really about the quality and the timing, making it meaningful.
Exactly. And you need to figure out what is meaningful to your IT team. The article suggests surveys, maybe even focus groups, specifically for IT staff. This helps tailor the recognition so it actually resonates. Peer-to-peer recognition is also highlighted as really powerful for building a supportive culture. And the rewards themselves, they don't need to be lavish. Gift cards, company swag, an extra day off, maybe tickets to a game. These can work really well. The source actually mentions HR Cloud's own system, like a digital kudos thing where points can be redeemed for rewards. That's a concrete example.
Yeah, good stuff. Strategy number 2, conducting internal polls and surveys. Makes sense if you want to know what's causing the anxiety. Ask the people feeling it.
Precisely. Doing this regularly is key. It helps pinpoint those unique pain points, gives employees a voice, and that feedback is gold for management. It helps them figure out the root causes. Is it too many tasks? Unrealistic deadlines? Not enough resources? The article suggests using direct questions, like maybe a scale. On a scale of 1 to 10, how anxious is your current workload making you feel?
Simple, direct.
Yeah, or multiple choice. Do you feel you have enough resources? Yes, no. And open-ended questions are vital too. What specific things about your workload contribute most to your anxiety or burnout? You gather all that, analyze it, and then you can develop interventions that actually target the real problems.
That feels like a much smarter, data-informed way to go about it. Okay, third strategy, focus on team collaboration. How exactly does better teamwork help reduce individual anxiety?
Well, in a few ways. Good collaboration means tasks get shared more evenly, right? So work doesn't pile up on one person. It also often means work gets done faster, which eases deadline pressure. The article also mentions fostering collaboration between departments. That can lead to better ideas, more innovative solutions, because you get different perspectives.
Breaking down silos.
Exactly. And investing in the right tools, shared platforms, communication channels that helps collaboration flow smoothly. Another key point is assigning tasks based on individual strengths. That's smart management, and it prevents bottlenecks. And interestingly, the article connects this back to recognizing team achievements further boosts that collaborative spirit. It builds that sense of we're in this together.
Okay, strategy 4 is about practicing time management techniques. Now, IT projects can be unpredictable, right? Urgent bugs pop up, client needs change fast. So tools like, say, the Eisenhower matrix, urgent, important. How do teams adapt those when the ground is constantly shifting? Does the article touch on that flexibility?
That's a really practical question. And yes, the article leans into practical task management, prioritization, and delegation, acknowledging things change fast in IT. It suggests starting with a simple grading system for tasks. How important is it? When's the deadline? Just getting organized. Then it introduces techniques like the Eisenhower matrix, like, do, schedule, delegate, delete. And the Pomodoro technique, working in focused bursts with short breaks. The key isn't rigid, dogmatic adherence. It's about using these as frameworks, adapting them. Automation gets a mention too. Automating repetitive stuff frees up human brain power for the complex problems. But maybe the most critical part, open communication. Talking about workload concerns, setting realistic expectations together. That's vital when things are dynamic.
So it's tools plus communication. Makes sense. Okay, beyond the tasks and schedules, there's the overall vibe, the culture. Strategy 5, promote a healthy work environment. I remember one place tried forced fun Fridays with silly hats. It kind of missed the point. People just wanted to take a proper lunch break without feeling guilty. Does the article differentiate between that kind of superficial stuff and genuine deep support?
Oh, absolutely. It's all about fostering a culture that truly values work-life balance and authentic recognition, not just paying lip service. And that has to start from the top. Training managers is crucial, teaching them to respect personal time, to lead by example with empathy, good ethics, respect.
Walks the talk.
Exactly. Offering things like flexible hours, actively discouraging that culture of excessive overtime, really encouraging people to use their breaks and vacation time. Those are tangible signs of real support. And then there's the deeper wellness aspect. good health insurance, access to therapy, maybe offering yoga or meditation sessions, providing stress management workshops, employee assistance programs, EAPs. That's investing in employee well-being seriously.
That sounds truly comprehensive. Now, strategy 6 is run training and skill development programs. How does learning new skills actually help reduce anxiety?
It's pretty direct, actually. When you equip your team with better skills, they feel more confident tackling their responsibilities, especially new or complex ones. That confidence reduces stress. So, offering relevant training, programs to upskill, maybe even bringing in experts to talk about managing workload anxiety specifically, these things help. Plus, it sends a powerful message. The company cares about their career growth. That boosts engagement, makes people feel valued, and often makes them more resilient when facing challenges. It reframes potential stress as a growth opportunity.
That's a great way to put it. Okay, last one, number 7. And this feels really important but maybe tricky. Offer professional help. Creating that safe space to ask for support.
It is tricky, mainly because of the stigma that still exists around asking for help, especially with mental health or feeling overwhelmed. So the article really stresses the need to make the workplace feel safe and transparent about these things, where people know their concerns will be heard and supported, not judged. One powerful way to do this is for leaders to be open about their own struggles sometimes. That builds trust. It normalizes needing help.
Makes it less taboo.
Precisely. And the source makes an interesting connection back to recognition systems here. It suggests that having options for private recognition can offer a discreet way to acknowledge someone's struggle or offer support, especially maybe for newer employees who are still finding their feet. It's a subtle but potentially powerful channel. You know, if you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, IT is just so central to how businesses run today, isn't it, in almost every sector. So tackling this immense pressure, this workload anxiety, it can't just be on the individual IT professional. It really has to be a collective effort involving employees, leaders, HR, everyone working together.
I completely agree. This deep dive really highlights that, doesn't it? That handling workload anxiety in IT isn't impossible. It just takes a combination of empathy, using data smartly, being consistent, and really leaning into those effective recognition and reward strategies. So let me leave you with a final thought to chew on. What if companies intentionally built moments of, well, joy and shared celebration into their most demanding IT projects? Maybe after hitting a major milestone or getting through a particularly tough patch. Could doing that consciously injecting celebration not only ease anxiety, but maybe even unlock new levels of innovation and teamwork that we haven't fully tapped into yet?